it by the end of the game. Guy's going to hit today. You make sure you cheer him on.
Matt, please, can we get together?
Let's go. Hey, today.
Yeah, I do.
In the book. Let's go.
Matt. Pretty tight all the way around. Dugout, off the play, off the play, in the play. Everything over there. Pretty tight stuff with that gate.
And push up for a second. Watch me down my leg.
Here, where my
can. Welcome one, welcome all. I am the voice, Greg Morano. We got Lisa and Chrissy down the first baseline. Alongside me, the producer owner, Shane Belanger. We are Westerly.live. Our location, Similori Field, for some junior varsity baseball action. Yes, we're giving the young guys some exposure here. The Bulldogs will play host to the Chariho Chargers. In just a few moments, the game will be starting. We just began bringing live baseball to the scene here in Westerly, and now we are giving exposure to the junior varsity squad. We will also be doing a JV softball game in the upcoming weeks. Got a righty on the hill for the Bulldogs. No rosters were given out for the game, so we'll be using numbers. And I noticed a Charger warming up in the bullpen prior to the game, a left-hander. Number 34 for the Bulldogs on the hill. Varsity squad doing a good job this season, coming off of a 1-0 win versus Prout this past Saturday. And they'll be traveling to Prout tomorrow with their 4-1 record, leading their division. Seeing a lot of straight pitches. A younger group on the field, obviously, than we're used to. The varsity dresses 2 freshmen. There's a few players on the field that split time, which is allowed. The only regulations between the 2 squads that are out are innings pitched. So number 34 with his last warm-up pitch of the day. Getting ready for the leadoff lefty to start the game for the Chargers, number 15. And we're about to get started here, folks. Number 34 from the windup for the Bulldogs. Righty versus lefty. First pitch inside. Off the inside edge. That's a ball. Was having a little bit of control issue during warm-ups. Nothing serious. And that's over the plate for a strike. Got a good portion of the plate. Ground ball to second base. Quick throw, and he is out on the play with the 4-3 ground out for the first out of the game. So 2 pitches in 1 out. You can't start better than that. And the righty, number 35 for the Chargers, steps in. Absolutely perfect day for baseball here. And the pitch over the inside corner, swing and foul back, 0-1 count. Tomorrow we return for varsity softball action. And then Thursday, right back here across the lot for some more varsity baseball action. And the pitch, a strike, ground ball to the shortstop. Scoops it up in the throw. And he got him for the 6-3 put out. That's 2 batters and 2 outs. 4 pitches and 2 outs. Great start to the game for the Bulldogs. Kept his pitches on the inside corner for the majority of that at bat. Number 34 up on the plate. And that is over the heart of the plate for a strike. Number 34 clearly taking. That pitch of beauty. I don't know if he'll see another. And looks like a breaking ball. Just got stuck up there. 1-1 count. Wind picking up a little bit. Swirling out there. The 1-1 delivery. And on the inside portion of the plate for a strike. And he likes that inside corner, paints it well, 1-2 count. The kick and the curveball stays upstairs. So far as 2 balls are on breaking ball attempts, and that's what you're going to see at the JV level. People working on things, trying to improve them, and just needs a little more snap of the wrist to get that ball to cut. 2-2 fastball expected, low and away. Full count. Working out of the stretch. And that's going to be inside and hits him on the full count. And first base will now be occupied by the Chargers' first runner. Good at bat for the Charger from a 1-2 count all the way to a, what would have been a walk, but instead he took it on the shoulder. As number 34 doesn't work out of the windup with nobody on, so it should be no problem maintaining the stretch. Number 27, right-hander stepping in the box as the Charger takes his lead off first, a modest lead. The kick and the pitch down the middle, ahead in the count 0-1. And the Bulldogs in double play depth. Starting to feel a little bit of wind out there. Easy for me to say I'm protected in a booth. The kick and the delivery up and in, 1-1 count. Checks back at first, a high knee kick, and that's on the inside corner of the plate, fouled off. 2 strikes on the batter. Pitchers count here at 1-2. Don't want to give anything too good. With the high knee kick, stealing is definitely an option, and that's over the inside corner. Ground ball to third base, going to go across to first, and that'll end the inning for the Bulldogs. So they saw 4 hitters, 3 outs, no runs scored. All in all, a good inning for the Bulldogs pitcher, and they will now get their first opportunity at the dish. Chargers take the field as we head to the bottom half of the first inning with no score here at Similori Field. Had an opportunity to watch both teams warm up. This is a natural varsity rival for Westerly in all sports. Historically baseball, however. So the rivalry gets born in the athletes at the JV level, right here. Varsity teammates finished up batting practice down in the corner, over by the dugout, supporting their team. Number 7, the Bulldogs leadoff hitter. And a lefty starter for the Chargers. Looked like he had good command of his breaking balls down in the corner, which Wesley did not show in the first inning. All strikes and outs were made on fastballs. Good cut on the fastball for number 15. Good control of his pitches. Have a chance to see a breaking ball here, and that's a beauty. Not throwing very JV-like at the moment, which was my first thought when I was looking down in the bullpen, but I wasn't sure because of the distance. Very good command of his pitches, and has shown 3 different pitches. Another abnormality for a JV player to have command of 3 pitches. So we'll see going forward, with as a batter in the box, if he can maintain his poise. Looks like he throws 2 different fastballs and a curveball. Throws his cutting style fastball, and then the 4-seamer, which is a straight. And that was more or less his cutting style with a little bit of a slider end to it. And he's about done warming up. One more throw down, and we're ready to go. And we'll check the Charger catcher arm. And comes up one hop into the outfield. And the Bulldogs ready to get started in their half of the first inning here. And we are ready as number 15 toes the rubber. And the delivery up and in, gets him chasing. Leadoff hitter, first pitch swinging. Up on the plate a little bit. And the 0-1 stays outside, 1-1 count. And the delivery, the pitch, and the breaking ball does a good job going with it. Slide and grab by the second baseman, and he throws him out at first. Nice play by the second baseman. Be a ground out, 4-3 for the first out for the Chargers. Solid contact for the Bulldog leadoff hitter. That was his breaking ball. Did a good job of going with the pitch. Nice play by the Chargers second baseman to rob him of a hit. Number 16 for the Bulldogs steps in, and the righty. And the pitch on its way. And that looks like a strike over the outer portion of the plate. And number 15 with the 0-1. Over the plate, swing and a miss, strike two. Number 15 showing good command on the hill at the moment. Early on here. And the pitch just outside, threw it where the catcher was set up, hoping the batter would chase. Delivery, and the breaking ball stays outside. 2-1 count. And the pitch swung on a miss, and that is out number 2 for the Bulldogs. Got him chasing on a pitch a little bit upstairs. Good way of using the strike zone for number 15. Big third baseman for the Bulldogs, number 24 steps in. Nobody on, 2 outs. And that strike gets past him, a little bit late on the cut. Right over the heart of the plate, 0-1 count. First pitch has been a strike on all 3 Bulldogs thus far. And the pitch, breaking ball, a little bit late on the break, stays outside, 1-1 count. And the kick, the pitch, that hits the outside corner, 1-2. Using his edges very well. Seems to come out and give you a fastball over the plate. Bulldogs might want to take advantage of that moving forward, and the 2-strike pitch stays out. 2-2 count. And number 15, looking for a 1-2-3 bottom half of this first inning. And that strike upstairs, swing and a miss. Got those both Bulldog strikeouts on a pitch a little bit upstairs chasing. Good control of the strike zone, number 15, who walks off to the dugout. 1 inning in the books. No score, either team, as we head to the top of the second inning. And we are going to take a short break. Welcome back, everybody. Again, I am the voice, Greg Morano. We have Lisa behind the lens, and alongside me, the producer, Shane Belanger. We are Westerly.live, and we are bringing to you, for the first time ever, live streaming junior varsity baseball action here at Similori Field, giving the young guys some exposure. Your future Bulldog varsity team playing their rival Chariho Chargers. We're through one inning of play. No score on the board. One base runner thus far. Number 34 for the Bulldogs. Finished warming up here. We're about to get started here in the top half of the second. Chargers pitcher number 15 showing really good command on the mound. 3 effective pitches. We'll see what the Bulldogs are able to do with that as the game progresses. Can't get a better day for baseball, that's for sure. We'll be back in action right across the lot for some softball action tomorrow night. Returning right back to this location on Thursday for some varsity baseball. Here we go, top of the second, and the pitch. Low in the zone, ball 1, number 10, batting for Chariho, the right-hander. 1-0 count. Kick, the pitch, and it's a strike over the outside corner. And that's got a lot of the plate. Fortunately, fouled back. 1-2 the count. Pitcher quickly ahead now. Low pitch count, only about 4 pitches in the first inning, 5 pitches. Bulldog defense straight up. Baseball field looks beautiful today. And that breaking ball, that's the third attempt at a breaking ball thus far in the contest for the Bulldog hurler. Unfortunately, hasn't gotten the break out of it. Can't pull the string on it. All hanging up way high and in. Fortunately for him. And that's a fastball swing and a miss, and gets the strikeout, 1 out. He's fortunate thus far that he hasn't hung one in the zone. Dispatches the Charger with a well-located low and in fastball. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Number 30, right-hander for the Chargers, steps in. And deliver the pitch, that's over the plate for a strike. Chargers all seem to want to see that first strike. Closed stance. Front shoulder in towards the plate. And that's got the play too. 0-2 count. So, hasn't taken the bat off the shoulder yet. Quickly up 0-2. Don't want to give him anything too pretty here. This far ahead. And uses the outside of the plate for the strikeout. 3 pitches. Freezes the batter. Well located pitching. And that's 2 up and 2 down for the Chargers. For the Bulldogs, correction. Number 18 trying to get a 2-out rally started for the Chargers. Good command this inning for number 34. And that's up and in. No effort to move whatsoever. And he takes first base. Number 4 will step in for the Chargers as we have a runner on first and 2 outs. As the Bulldog pitcher works out of the stretch regardless. No difference. That curveball hangs up and in all the way to the backstop. And the runner on first not paying attention does not advance. Oh, that must have hit the batter. Okay, correction. That hit the batter, and they will both advance now. Late call by the umpire. No argument by the coaching staff. Now runners quickly on first and second with 2 outs. Chargers right up on the plate. And using the outside corner of the plate, jumps ahead 0-1. Not a very big secondary lead on second base during that pitch. There's no guarantee that a single would score a run. I think they might have to two-hit it their way in here. The kick and the pitch over the outside portion. Batter does a good job of going that way, drops in for a single, and he is held up at third, as I suspected. Bases are now loaded. So quickly, two men on, quickly 2 batters and 2 outs has turned into a bases loaded 2-out situation for the Bulldog pitcher. Any base to end the inning for the Bulldogs at normal depth, and the pitch doesn't get it, low on the first, 1-0 count. And the delivery, the pitch, low and away, 2-0. What quickly started as what could have been a very easy 1-2-3 inning could turn into some problems here very quickly. Needs a strike, but not too good a one. And that's a breaking ball with a little bit of a break into it. Gets it for the strike over the inner portion. Batter will be free swinging now. The set and the pitch hits upstairs, popped up, foul ground and out of play. 2 strikes now for the batter. Big pitch here now for both teams. 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the second inning. 1-2 count, correction. The pitch, that's got the plate fouled back. Had the outer portion of the plate on that one, well located. Batter does a good job of 2-strike swinging. The pitch, and that's low, and he scoots by him a little bit, not enough to advance the runners. And that brings a full count here, folks. They're going to be off on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be moving. We will either have our first runs of the game or we will go between innings. 28 steps in. Bulldog pitcher set. The kick. The pitch over the plate. They're going to have to earn it. Ground ball to the shortstop. Has to get it ground. Long throw to first. What a play by the shortstop to plant his foot, cross his body, and make the long throw with the bases loaded. Surely saving 1 run, maybe 2. And more at bats for the Chargers. They are fired up, this squad, for Westerly. Great play, ends the inning. And the Bulldogs will get their turn at the bat. That is how you get a team fired up, folks. That is not an easy play at the varsity level. That sure is a varsity level play. Across the body, against the grain, across the infield, beats the runner, under pressure. Number 15 back on the hill for the Chargers, who see a huge opportunity slip away. Not really slip away, it was good play that took away that opportunity, I should say. Excellent play. So out of a jam is 34 for the Bulldogs. Through 1.5 innings, no runs given up. Through 2, correction, for the pitcher. 1.5 in this ball game. Number 35 about to step in, righty for the Bulldogs to lead off the inning. Bottom of the second here. And that'll do it for warm-ups. They're going to throw down. And the Bulldog batter is in and ready. 15 toes the rubber for the Chargers. And first pitch off the outside corner of the plate, 1-0 count. Showed good control in the first inning. And that breaking ball on the 1-0 pitch is popped foul and out of play, 1-1. Has shown confidence in his breaking pitch. Will throw it on just about any count. Appears to have good location with it as well. The 1-1 on the outside corner, strike two, 1-2. Batter chokes up a little bit. Curveball of the outside doesn't break enough. 2-2 count. Catcher even having a hard time corralling the breaking pitch from number 15. And the pitch upstairs. Slight check swing. Doesn't get him chased. A little bit too high. 2-2 count. And a breaking pitch over the plate. Turns on it. Fly ball in foul territory. A lot of real estate. Nobody going to get there. Not enough room. That's actually in the dead ball area anyway. In left field, down by the cage. The two poles in front of the cage all the way down to the outfield fence and that tree is the only dead ball area inside the fence here at Similori. Everywhere else is played. And that's low. Works his way back all the way to a leadoff walk. Good at bat by number 35. So the Bulldogs with their leadoff man on. Nobody out. Number 3 steps in. And number 15 out of the stretch. Haven't seen his move yet today. And his first pitch, a strike. First pitch was a full kick. Back to first. And that was his open move. That was clearly a decoy. I'm sure he has something better in his bag. And the kick, the pitch, a strike. Foul back. 2 strikes on the batter. The high knee kick, 0-2. Curveball stays outside. One and two count on the Bulldog hitter. The kick, the pitch, it's outside. Oh, he gets the call at the end of the breaking ball. Tries the same thing as he did the pitch before. This one gets enough cut on it. Catches the outside corner for the first out of the inning. Number 8 steps in for the Bulldogs. Man on first base, 1 out. And the head of the batter fouls it out. 0-1. Number 15 is efficient. Right back to the rubber. Delivery of the pitch inside. Gets past the catcher. That's going to move the Bulldog runner into scoring position. Furthest along the Bulldogs have had anyone yet today. Early on as we are. We have 1 out. Man on second base, number 8. At the dish for the Dogs. One and 1 count on the hitter. And that stays up and away, 2-1. Not a lot of signs being given out by the Bulldog coach. Probably let them work on the basic fundamentals at this level. And the pitch, that's going to catch the plate for a strike. Even at 2 now, 2-2. 1 out. Meeting played straight up. And that one stays outside. Catcher having a tough time keeping it in the glove. That's going to move the runner all the way to third. What may have taken 2 hits to score now assuredly will only take 1 if the Bulldogs can manufacture. Or possibly a ground ball to the right side could even score the runner. Trying to break the ice in the run category there today. And the 2-strike offering is low, and he walks the batter. Runners at the corners now for the Bulldogs, 1 out. And the Bulldog pitcher steps in. Trying to help himself here. And now we see some signs out in the field. Got the lead at first base. The pitch, a little bit more of a slide step, inside fastball. Swing and a miss for the strike. A little bit of a quicker delivery from the stretch, I'm noticing. Once he gets to the set position, he is quick to make up his mind. Set now, and he's off. The steal. Pitch is a strike, fake throw down. Bulldogs now have 2 men in scoring position. 2 strikes on the hitter. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss, up in the zone. 2 outs in the inning now. Number 15 looking to get out of a jam here. It's gotten a few Bulldogs. That's 3 now. 3 strikeouts. All third strikes were up in the zone, gotten him to chase. And I'm sure he will continue to test the edges if the Bulldogs are willing to offer. And the pitch over the outside portion. First pitch is the flattest for number 15. The Bulldogs seem to be taking voluntarily. Right up on the plate, the Bulldog hitter. And the pitch over the outside portion, it called a ball. 1-1 count for number 9. And the pitch that's got the plate, breaking ball turned on a little bit too hard. Fouled down the third base line. 2 strikes now. I'm impressed with number 15's mechanics and control over his pitches. I wouldn't expect too much of the play here. Possibly something up in the zone, as that has worked thus far. Breaking ball outside, gets past the catcher again, and that's going to give the Bulldogs their first run of the ball game. Completely unearned. That's just taking what is given to you. A good leadoff walk for the Bulldogs turns into their first run of the game. Several passed balls in the inning. 2, 3 passed balls advance them to second, third, and home. So now ahead in the count, number 9 looking to add to what is already a 1-run lead. Turns on it a little bit too much again. Foul ball. Some of these pitches look like they could be stopped. A little bit of frustration in the pitcher. Early in the game, only 1 run. And that's a strike down the pipe for the 3rd out of the inning. Not before the Bulldogs strike first blood with 1 run, 1 unearned run off of 2 walks and 3 passed balls. They will head to the top of the 3rd inning with that 1-run lead. Number 34 towing the hill again for the Bulldogs. As I said earlier, despite a little bit of wind, it's a beautiful day for baseball. Not many days aren't. We'll have to wait for the catcher to get suited up as he was left on base. And we have 2 innings in the books here. Bulldogs with a 1-run-to-none lead over rival Chariho. Upcoming schedule again. Tomorrow we're across the lot for some softball action. And Thursday we're right back here for some baseball action, varsity baseball action. Out comes the catcher. So the Bulldog, top of the order, due up in the bottom half of this inning. Bulldog pitcher with more control with a batter in the box than in most of his warm-up pitches thus far. Umpire gives him the signal. 2 more pitches left, and then we're ready to go. And number 15 set to lead off for Chariho, the pitcher. The lefty. And the Charger batter is in, number 15. Also the pitcher on record for the Chargers. And the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 count. Fastball for number 34. Quickly gets ahead. The kick and the pitch over the plate. Hit hard to the second baseman, who turns his glove to the side on it, and it gets to the outfield. And that will most likely go down as an error, possibly a hit. It was hit hard. Looks like it could have been squared up on, tried to field it off to the side. Turned into a little bit of an Olay action. These are the fundamentals that these guys are working on. Leadoff runner on for the Chargers. High knee kick, high and in pitch, 1-0. With that knee kick, you're going to be able to get a good jump off this pitcher. We'll see if the Chargers try to do any running. Decent lead off first. Going to do a throwback. Plenty of time. 1-0 count on the hitter. Number 34 for the Bulldogs hasn't shown a slide step yet. With the kick up high, there he goes. Strike over the plate, not enough time though. That knee kick is just too high. I think that Chariho runners on first base are going to have good fortune with making their way to second. I mean, that's a full wind-up kick. Often you see more of a converted slide step. That high kick again, and the pitch is turned on to the shortstop and doesn't stay down on it between the legs, and that too is going to be an error. So 2 runners on for Chariho. First 2 batters. Bulldogs quickly in trouble here. Top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Bulldog lead in jeopardy. And the pitch is low and away, ball 1. The kick and the pitch outside corner, got it, 1-1 count. Comes to the ready. The kick and the pitch. And down in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher. 2-1 count. Nobody out here in the 3rd. And that's going to go behind the batter. If it didn't make contact, Regardless, both Charger runners are now in scoring position. Bulldogs officially in a jam. Little frustration can see on the pitcher. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Big threat here by the Chargers, trailing 1-0. Number 34 up and in on the plate. And that is ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Kind of wanted that ball anyway to make things a little bit easier. See how the Bulldog coach wants them to play this. With the 1-run lead, nobody out. He is going to call his infield in. Try to knock down the run from the corners at least, possibly everywhere. First pitch strike. Hit well towards center field. Center fielder's got it. Tagging from third base. Could be a play at home. Not enough time to third. The relay is late. Safe at third. So the runner tags from second. Advances to third. Tags from third. Advances home. Ties the ball game at 1. Leaving us with a 1 out and a runner on first and third for the Chargers. The Bulldogs will now back up the middle infield to double play depth in hopes of a ground ball double play to end the inning. Runner going. Pitchy strike. Pump fake. Allow the steal. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position again with 1 out for the Bulldogs. Pitch was a strike. Ahead 0-1. And this one is not. All the way to the backstop. It's a guaranteed run with the real estate here. And we now have a 2-1 Charger lead. Chargers now with another runner at third base, still with 1 out. Kick and the pitch up and in. And it gets a piece. Seems like the batters are getting closer and closer to the plate. Sniffing out the control issues at the moment. And not afraid to take a fastball. Runners at first and third. 1 out. 2 runs in for the Chargers this inning. Closed stance. That shoulder right in there. Stealing second base. Outside pitch. Utilizing the same pump fake. And again, the Chargers now have 2 runners in scoring position. 2-1 lead. A single away from possibly doubling up. The Bulldogs could use a pop-up strikeout. Anything to freeze the runners. And the pitch back to the nice job by the catcher. Saving it from going to the backstop. And a little timeout by the coach. Speak to the pitcher and catcher, who both seem a little bit frustrated at the moment. As the infield joins. And a little motivation, that's about all. And this is the level that you let them work through the problems. Coach and umpire are discussing something. And we're ready to go. Big moment for the Chargers here. They can break things open a little bit. You are watching JV Baseball live, and that gets a lot of the plate. Called strike. Where the home standing Bulldogs are trailing 2-1. Chargers have 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. And that's another strike, swing and a miss. And the Bulldogs get the well-needed out. 2 outs in the inning. Big spot here. They're only giving up 2 runs. They're only down by 1. A hit can double that number. Correction, can make it 3. Batter was struck in his first at bat, swing and a miss. Quickly down 0-1. Big confidence booster for the Bulldog pitcher if he can pitch his way out of this. And that's inside. No effort to move once again. 1-1 count. Right up on the plate. And gets the call over the outside portion. 1-2 count. And the fastball over the plate, swing and a miss, and he's out of the jam. And he's got to be happy with having only given up 2 runs there. The Bulldogs do trail 2-1, however, had 2 more runners sitting in scoring position, ducks on the pond, if you will, for the Chargers. And the pitcher, number 34, able to nail it down, get out of the inning. And now the Bulldogs have an opportunity, down only 1 run, bottom of the 3rd inning here. Number 15 for the Chargers back on the hill. So the little coaches meeting in the middle of the field turned out to be beneficial for the Bulldogs. Charger pitcher with a much lower pitch count, that is for certain. And as I see number 15 roll over a curveball, not having much break on their breaking balls. They had more in pregame, it appears. The Westerly pitcher employing mainly fastballs. And pass balls have been a huge factor in the scoring of all of the runs in this game. So the Bulldogs step in, trailing 2-1. Trailing for the first time in this game, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning of this 7-inning contest. And the Bulldogs would love a leadoff man on. And that goes the other way with it, and that is exactly what they will get. They get their wish. Throws into first, turns it out there, he's safe. And the strike over the outside portion of the plate for the 9-hitter for the Bulldogs goes with it. And they have their leadoff man on. And the Bulldogs into the top of their order. And the throwback goes, throws it away, and that's going to put the Bulldog runner in scoring position. Still haven't gotten to it. He's going to make it all the way to 3rd, folks. I was talking about the real estate here. If you overthrow from the wrong angle, you can advance a long way at this baseball field, all the way around. So the Bulldogs now have their leadoff man at 3rd, the tying run at 3rd, nobody out, and only 1 pitch having been thrown this inning. And the pitch low and away, ball 1. So that is an effective pitch that was thrown to the Bulldogs. Hey, 1-0 count now. Tying run on 3rd, the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, missed. And that's another breaking ball. He swung on, fly ball to left field. Set the tag, caught in shallow left. He is going to tag and make the play at the plate. Throws off the line, and he scores without sliding. Sacrifice fly ball by number 17. Plates the tying run for the Bulldogs, who erased their deficit rather immediately upon their turn at the plate.
Hey, Tim, way to get it done, kid.
And the Bulldogs will restart their inning.
Keep 'em coming.
Nobody on, one out. Tie ball game, 2-2 here, folks. And the pitch stays up and away. He's hoping for that pitch to come down and around. It's just not making the break. And that one does. Gets a piece of it, fouls it out of play. 1-1 count. Kick, and the pitch stays away. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing on that one. Waved at it. One and two count. That one stays outside. Again, it's the breaking pitch. Just can't seem to pull the string on it. And that's going to be low and in. Good at bat by the Westerly leadoff hitter. And that one's over the plate. Ground ball to the shortstop. High hopper. Handled well with the throw to first. Off the bag comes the first baseman. That's going to be an infield single. And excellent at bat for number 7 for the Bulldogs. Work his way all the way back. And then leg out a hard hopper. One out. Runner on first for the Bulldogs. And the pitch outside corner, strike one. You're going to notice about a step and a half less on the average lead with a lefty stealing. And the pitch is a ball. Throw to second, not in time. Trickles off to center field. He's up and he's knocked off. Realized it too late. He's going to hang out at second. Still in scoring position. Still only one out. Pitch called a ball. The kick and the pitch inside turns on a foul ball. 2 strikes on him now. Got his wrist turned over on that one, just a little too far ahead. 2-strike hitting now. Center fielder favoring pull a little bit. And the 2-strike delivery stays up and away. That curveball won't come in for him. Coach is giving signs. And the runner gets his lead. The delivery pitch over the outside corner strikes him out. Caught him looking there, frozen. Batter knew it. Good pitch by the pitcher. Great location. Needed a strikeout and got one. Now there is 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Runner still in scoring position. Bulldogs sure would love to add. And the first pitch is a strike. Pitcher steps off. Two-out delivery. Fouled back for the strike. Number 3 hitter for the Bulldogs, number 24. Third baseman. 2 strike, 2 out hitting. The pitch stays outside. Good eye. Two and two count. Runner on second. Taking an aggressive secondary lead, assuring an opportunity to score on a single. And the catcher's going to have a few words with his pitcher. I'm thinking somewhere over the outer portion of the plate. We will see. And he is going up the middle, high hopper to short. Fields it, the throw to first in the ground. Fielded by the first baseman. He is out at first. That will end the inning. So to clarify, no runs scored on that particular at-bat. That will do it for 3 innings of play, folks, as Westerly quickly erases the deficit and adds one. I do believe the starter for Westerly, number 34, will be towing the rubber again. Good job of Westerly getting to this number 15 for Chariho. Good job of hitting where the ball is thrown as well. A lot of opposite field hitting for the Bulldogs. Manufacturing runs. They're doing it in a multitude of ways. And number 34 makes his way back to the hill. So we're in the top of the 4th inning now, folks. As we are moving right along on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Another three outs or so. If he leaves with a lead, that's a quality start we have for number 34. And I have to say, for number 15 for the Chargers, his breaking ball was extremely effective in warm-ups, as well as the first inning. And the break on it seems to have lost its effectiveness, which has allowed for a lot more offensive output for the Bulldogs. In the top of the first inning, bottom of the first, however, he was throwing that breaking pitch at any count. Had good command of it, and it seems to have lost it. And that has provided the Bulldogs with the opportunity that they jumped on last inning. So warm-ups are over. Chargers' turn to try to answer here, trailing by a run. Number 4, right-hander, will step in to lead off the inning. No perfect innings for the Bulldogs. Chariho has had base runners in all 3. Pitch, strike 1 over the outside portion. Pitcher quickly gets set. The kick, slower delivery. Stayed upstairs. Slower delivery than normal. I think he might have been working on something there. And back to his normal pace. Gets him to chase upstairs. Fouls out. 1 and 2 count. Ahead of the leadoff man here in the 4th inning. Outfield playing straight up. Shallow. Wind coming in. And the pitch, breaking ball, rolls down, just not quite enough. Not a lot of those today. Not a lot of effective ones on either side. And the pitch over the plate hit well to the left center field gap. That's going to fall in for a single. So good job of leadoff hitting for number 4 in the Chargers, with a runner on first base and number 20 stepping in the box. As number 34 pitches from the stretch at all times. High kick, delivery, strike. Singled up the middle. Center fielder takes it. First two men on. Two up, two singles for the Chargers. Force out, first, second, or third for the Bulldogs. More than likely playing double play depth up the middle, as well as holding the runner. Westerly in a bit of a jam here to start the third. Fourth correction. The pitch stays in over his head. Ball one. A little frustration possibly on the hill here. And number 26 steps in, a good-sized fella in the right side of the box. Open stance. And a ball just off the outside corner. 2-0 count. And the throw back to second. Back on time. I think Wesley could do a little better job disguising the throwback there on the shortstop's end of things. He's getting a very good secondary. And he gets a strike much needed over the outside portion. 2-1 count. Kick and the pitch on the inside half, foul with the left-hand side. All the way back to 2-2. Ground ball could do wonders for the Bulldog situation here. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss for the much needed out. Strikeout variety, much needed to keep the runners in place. One out for the Bulldogs. And two Chargers on here. Strikeout or a ground ball. The pitch over the plate for a strike. And a little in front. The pitcher for the Chargers. Now with an 0-1 count. Hit could tie the ball game for him. The lefty at bat. Playing the line, playing a pull. Strike over the outside corner. Doesn't get the call. Looks like a smart pitch by the Bulldog pitcher just off the edge. And that is going to be low in the zone. 2-1 count now. One out, two on. 3-2, top four. And the pitch stays away. Count is full. And that is a ball for a walk. The free pass as the pitch stays upstairs. Chargers now threatening with the bases loaded and only one out. Number 35, the right-hander, steps in. Chargers trailing by one run here in the top of the fourth inning. Outside, ball one. No room for him here. Gonna have to bring it to him eventually. Number 9's gonna have to keep it in front of him. that's a strike. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to try to come down at home, and he throws across the runner's body. And it gets to the backstop, but the run will count. The run is in safely. That's the tricky thing about throwing home or a catcher throwing to first. You need to take a elongated step to the side to give yourself a clear throwing alley. He did not. Threw essentially what they call is across the runner from one side of the field across him to the other. Nearly impossible for the catcher to maintain vision and make the play. That is an error. However, ties the game. Oh, and 1 count here. Bases still loaded. 1 out. Chargers looking to add. Up on the plate, close stance. Swing, and he's ahead of it. 2 strikes on him. Good contact. Chargers just a tick ahead. Not far from opening this thing up. And the pitch is way outside. Third base coach doing a little coaching and teaching. That's what they do at this level. That's what this is for. The kick and the pitch over the plate. Tries to pull an outside pitch, finds a good spot for it. Bobbled by the shortstop, throws a long way, not on time. Infield hit, will score another. Bases will stay loaded, and 1 out will remain. And the Chargers retake the lead, 4-3, and are by no means done. The bases are loaded with 1 out. And a strike over the heart of the plate. 0-1 count. Bulldogs playing at an indecisive set in the field. They're not up. They're not normal. They're not in double play depth. And that's going to be low. 1-1 count. Now they're backed up for the double play possibility. I would have thought the corners would be up in this situation, and it's a swing and a miss for the second strike. Try to cut down any more runs if possible. 2 strikes on the batter. And the pitch is a fly ball to right center. The right fielder has a beat on it. Going to be tagging from third. Throws. Hits his cutoff man. Throw home. Not in time. That's going to allow the runner from first to advance to second. 2 outs in the inning. Another run in for the Chargers, giving them 5. Sacrifice fly in the books for the batter. We now have 2 outs. Still runners on second and third. The Chargers all the way back up to a 5-3 lead. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count. This is the top of the 4th inning. And that's over the inside portion. Fouled back. Two strike count on the batter. Pitcher a little frustrated for the Bulldogs. The longest inning thus far. And that's going to stay outside. 1-2 count. Good waste pitch. And he gets under that one, fouls it into foul territory down the first baseline. Sliding attempt at a catch. And is unable to secure it, but a great effort at the fence. One and two count. 2 outs in a Bulldog team that needs to return to their dugout. And the pitch, foul back. A lot of pitches this inning. This may be the last we see of number 34. And that pitch is flowing up to center field. And he's got a beat on it. Right fielder calls him off, makes the catch, ends the inning. But not before the damage is done. 5 runs in for the Chargers. And the Bulldog pitcher appears fatigued. Long inning. Bulldogs do a good job of getting out of it before too much damage is done. Plenty of time as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning now. I would expect to see a switch in Bulldog pitching as we see a switch in Charger pitching. The work-off counts at this level more often than not. Number 15 for the Chargers did a good job. And we'll turn it over to number 7, the righty now. So that will force the Bulldog perspective from a left-hander to a righty. I did not see him warming up down in the bullpen. And a slide step out of the stretch for number 7, I see. And he is all set. One more warm-up, and we're going to get ready for the bottom half of the 4th inning, folks. Five to 2 Chargers. Number 35 stepping in. In his warm-ups, number 7 had good control of the strike zone. Let's see what happens with a batter in the box. And the pitch inside, swing and fouled off, strike 1. And that's a strike, swing, foul ball. Quickly up 0-2. And that pitch is swinging a miss and hits the ground. Gonna have to throw down to first. Can't find a lane. That's the lane I was referring to. And that goes all the way down the right field line. And the Bulldogs are in business. Leadoff man in scoring position. That's that step off. Throw down the line. And the runner's being called out. And this is going to get explained. It is being explained that the runner ran out of the base path in the way of the throw, running inside on the infield grass, leaving nowhere for the catcher to throw. That is what the umpire is explaining, and that will be the call. So from a leadoff man on second, judging by the number of reversed calls due to argumentation, I'm going to assume is going to be the first out of the inning for the Bulldogs. And he will return to the dugout. Number 3 will step in. And emotional swing for the Bulldogs. If he did so, I'm sure he did unintentionally. Not that that is never done intentionally. It's a crafty maneuver. Generally more often seen at a varsity level. 1 out. The pitch. Strike. Fouled off. Looks like a frustrated Bulldog team at the moment. Back out of the windup, and the pitch inside behind. Ball 1. And that one's got the plate. Nice swing, line drive, single up the middle. Had to beat on that one the whole way. Good at bat. And the Bulldogs are back in business with a man on first base. Number 8 stepping in the box. 1 out in the inning. And we'll see number 7 for the Chargers work out of the stretch for the first time. Catcher sliding towards the outside portion of the plate. The pitch stays way up and in for a ball. Taking his time to get the pitch, he comes to the ready. He's stealing. Low pitch, thrown from his knees. He's not going to get there. And the Bulldogs are in business with a man in scoring position. One out in the inning. Slide steps, we get a miss, outside portion. 2-1 count. And the pitch, a beauty, fouled back. That one got most of the plate. Fortunate to just be a long strike for the Chargers. 2 strikes now on the hitter. 2 man on second base. 2 runs in for the Bulldogs. 5 for the Chargers. 2-2 count. And inside portion of the plate for the strike. And that's going to be a strikeout looking for the Charger pitcher. That's just what he needed. And there is now 2 outs for the Bulldogs with a runner on second base. And number 34, pitcher on record for the Bulldogs, steps in. Ball 1 inside. The pitch, slide step. He gets under it, fly ball, center field. And he's tracking it in. He's got it in. And that'll do it for the inning. After 4 innings of play, folks, Chariho Chargers 5, Westerly Bulldogs 2 in this JV rivalry matchup here at Similori Field. Beautiful day for baseball. We've had a good game thus far. Pitching edge goes to the Chargers thus far. Pass balls, a couple throwing errors on the Bulldogs have led to a few of the Charger runs, a few of them being unearned. And we will see a pitching change for the Bulldogs, as we suspected. Number 30, up 1 digit to number 35. And the righty. First warm-up pitch is in as a strike. As I mentioned earlier, we are Westerly.live. We are here live at Similori Field, giving some exposure to some of the younger guys, which has never been done before. This is JV baseball. Tomorrow we'll be back for softball across the complex, and then back right here again on Thursday for some varsity baseball action. Complete schedule at Westerly.live. As the Varsity Bulldogs baseball team currently stand with a 4-1 record, and they travel to Prout tomorrow for some road action.
Okay, 2 more, gentlemen, 2 more. And the second one down. Thank you.
And we're going to get the throw down and start this 5th inning up. Number 30 for the Chargers will lead off. And the throw down plays his tail, a little short, nice throw. Bulldogs are ready to go.
Thank you, sir. Let's go, number 30.
Coach gives them the go-ahead, sign free, right up on the plate. Front toe just inches off the plate. Doesn't distract. Strike right over the heart of the plate, swing and a miss. He actually stepped out on the swing. Closed stance. Unique knee kick. Sort of a hybrid slide step, full kick. Counts even at ones. And the umpire's going to clean the plate off a little bit here so we get some edges.
Thank you. 1-1. Hey, let's go, Jared. Come on, 3-0.
And the batter gets under it. Pop fly, shallow left field. Shortstop's calling. And the shortstop makes the catch. So that is 6 unassisted for the first out of the inning. And number 24 for the Chargers steps in, the righty. First baseman. 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs. First pitch is a ball low. And that is just a bit inside and up. Straight to the backstop, 2-0 count. Having a problem with his hat. And the pitch, low and away. And that's up and in, and that's a free pass. 1 out, 1 on for the Chargers. Number 4 steps in. Well, Bulldogs in double play depth. Would love a ground ball on the flip to end this thing. And that slide step makes it more difficult to steal. He's in for a strike on the outside corner. And the pitch low. And swing and a miss for a strike. And that one's going to be a breaking ball. It stays up too high. That one's a swing and a foul ball. Back, 2 strikes on him. 1 out, 1 man on, 2 strikes on the hitter. And a swing and a miss for the out. 2 outs in the inning. Big strikeout. And number 31 stands in for the Chargers. Bulldogs would love a quick half an inning here. And the pitch up and in. More hat difficulties. And over the outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 count here, 2 outs. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Looking for a quick trip back to the dugout for the Bulldogs here. And that's inside, ball. And the pitch is looked at, strike 3 over the outer portion. And that's a good inning pitch, number 35 for the Bulldogs. 4 batters, 3 outs, no runs, no harm done. We're heading to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Score 5-2. Bulldogs looking to bat here and cut into that lead. Plenty of life left in the Bulldogs. Number 7 returns to the hill in relief for the Chargers. Number 9 for Westerly, getting ready to step in the box for the Bulldogs. And the throwdown, warm-ups are done. We're ready to go here, bottom of the 5th. 5-2 Charger lead. And the delivery of the pitch, swing on, and that's a clean single. First pitch hitting, and that's how you lead off an inning for number 9. First pitch, turned on it. And the Bulldogs are in business here. And the pitch outside, ball 1. And he gets the outside corner on that one. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Right down the pipe, that one. 1-2. Chargers at double play depth. And he's taken off. The throw to second. It's not going to be there, as it was to the shortstop side, and Westerly now has a runner in scoring position. 2 strikes. And the pitch up and away. Full count on the hitter. There is room for him. No need to give him anything too enticing. And that pitch is over the hard swing and a miss. Strike 3. And he's able to get a big out. 1 out for the Bulldogs. Runner in scoring position, trailing by 3. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Opens up with a strike, turns on it. Shallow pop to short, deep short. And he sucks that up for the out. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. So quickly, leadoff man in scoring position. 2 pitches later, we have 2 outs in the inning. And the Bulldogs looking to try to salvage a run possibly here. Number 7 stepping in. Top of the Bulldog order. Right over the middle of the plate. Fly ball foul down the third baseline. Not going to be enough room for that one. 0-1 count. And the pitch is low away, gets past the catcher. And it's going to bring the runner to third base. One and one count, 2 outs here, bottom 5. 5-2 score. Runner on third for the Bulldogs. Both teams on their second pitcher of the afternoon. And the pitch inside corner for a strike. Batter doesn't like it. Look good from here. The pitch inside, and that almost hit him. I don't particularly know how it didn't hit him. 2-2 count. Catcher sets up outside. And the pitch is way outside. Good at bat by the leadoff hitter. The offering up high and inside gets him to chase. Swing and a miss for the third out, and Chariho that quickly out of the jam. We have 5 complete in the book, folks. Visiting Chariho Chargers 5, our home Bulldogs 2. Number 35 returning to the hill for the Bulldogs. Had an effective first inning. It's been a pretty clean game overall. A few mishaps, which has unfortunately led to most of the scoring. A couple throwing errors and a couple pass balls. Both teams have been able to hit the ball solid in spots. And the catcher makes his way to the field. And we're going to have a new catcher in the game. And this is the level that you work things out, you work on things, you improve, you try new things. And warm-ups are about over for the Bulldogs. So only 2 more shots for each team here. Bulldogs want to keep it where it is. Chargers looking to add insurance. And working out of the stretch. Little Bulldog pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1 count. And that also outside. Waved at by the batter 0-2 quickly. Painting that corner. Comes inside with it. Ball 1. Good strategy. And that's over the plate. Gets him on the hands. That's popped up to the second baseman, who makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs here. Number 7 stepping in for the Chargers, the pitcher on the hill currently. As the righty for the Bulldog shakes off a sign, happy, and the delivery, breaking ball. First touch we've seen. And the pitch, that's a beauty. Strike one. 1-1 count.
Hey, Devin, what are you saying out there? Help yourself.
And the pitch, swing and a miss. Nice movement at the end of that fastball. Ahead in the count now. And he tries to break a pitch low and away. 2-2 count. And that's up over his head. A lot of balls to the backstop today in this game, both sides. Full count here. And that is low and away. Gives him the free pass. Good at bat by number 7 for the Chargers. 1 out, 1 on. Step back throw, nothing there. Upstanding. And the pitch, strike. Quickly up. Number 35 in the box for the Chargers. And upstairs, gets him to chase, 0-2. Way ahead now. 2 outs. Wants to get his team in the dugout here. I'm guessing he might take off on this pitch. Within the next 2 anyway. Throwback, pitcher's thinking the same thing. And the pitch inside. And it's fouled. Tough spot to get to. They're not going to make it. Batter remains with 2 strikes. And he chops one to third, cuts it off, throws to second for the first out. On to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. That'll be 5-4-3. The double play attempt. 2 outs now for the Chargers. Runner on first, 2 down. Number 14 steps in. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Pitcher is having more difficulty with his hat than the opponents at the moment. Step back. And he's going second. Throw is not going to be there. So Chariho's going to be in scoring position with 2 outs, trying to maybe add an insurance run. Batter back in. And that's a breaking ball. Doesn't come in, though. Tough call for the pitcher. And that's over the inside corner, swing and a miss. And another one, fouled back, 2 strikes. 1 and 2 count, 2 outs. Top 6 here. Shakes off the sign, has something he likes. 2-strike delivery. Breaking ball, waved at, strike 3. And that'll end the inning, folks, on the strikeout. Halfway through 6, we are 5 Chariho, 2 Westerly, as the Bulldogs set to take the plate. And the Bulldogs together as a team outside the dugout. Pretty steady wind down on the field, I can imagine. Dogs have 6 outs left. Need to make up at least 3 runs here. Not in this inning. But it sure would be a good time to start.
I think it's a 6.
And the Chargers waiting for their catcher to come out in gear, and here he is. And the pitcher taking a few extra warm-up pitches. And the Bulldogs get ready to step in here, folks. Try to cut into this 3-run lead as they only have 2 more halves to do it. Heart of the order coming to plate. 3, 4, 5. First pitch of the inning, inside, swing and a miss, strike 1. And swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 good pitches, 2 strikes. And the pitch inside corner, turns on it, fouls it out of play. 0-2 count remains. And the 0-2 pitch, breaking ball away, stays outside, 1-2. 2-strike pitch. Watches strike 3 go by. 1 out now for the Chargers here in the bottom half of the 6th. Bulldogs' opportunities are starting to dwindle. And that's upstairs for the cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs, third baseman number 24. And the pitch up and in. And that's going to catch the outside corner. The 2-1 over the plate, I believe, and it's a called strike with a check swing regardless. And the count evens itself at 2-2. Kick, and the pitch foul tipped into the glove. That's going to be a strikeout. 3 strikes in a row to retire the Bulldog cleanup hitter. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. The quickest frame thus far in the game. And the current Westerly pitcher steps in to try to start a 2-out rally. Watches strike 1 go by. And it's outside to the backstop, off the catcher's glove. That's a set. And the delivery. Just waved at over the outside portion, 2 strikes. Catcher slides out. Pitch is right over the heart of the plate. Turns on it. Foul ball down the third base line. Two and 2 count here. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Bases are empty. The score is 5-2. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the pitch, curveball waved at, chopped lightly to the pitcher. And that'll be a 1-3, out number 3. We have 6 innings in the books, folks. Chariho with a 5-2 lead over the host Bulldogs in tonight's junior varsity baseball game here at Similori Field. We are Westerly.live. We will be back with you tomorrow as well across the lot at the softball field. And we will be returning right to this location for a varsity baseball action on Thursday. So the Chargers will open up the 7th at the dish, trying to add some insurance runs. The pitcher for the Bulldogs makes his way to the hill. Pending 3 Bulldog runs, it will be the last time he takes it for this game. Pitching's been pretty good for both sides. Just a few errors here and there, throwing, pass ball type situations. Nothing of the unexpected. And the pitcher warming up in a unique manner.
Guys, send the second one down.
And we're about ready to get started here in the top of the 7th, folks. Last frame, scheduled in regulation, that is. Number 27 to step in, ready for Chariho. And that's over his head. And that's inside, that hits the batter. There's some talking going on, a little bit of heat exchange here from the dugouts. There's a rivalry. These things to be expected. Leadoff runner for the Chargers on first base. And that's upstairs. And the pitch, that's a strike. 1-1 count. Runner about to take off, steps back wisely. That can be a balk baiting maneuver, hoping that the pitcher reacts in a manner in accordance with rules. The pitch, stealing second. The throw is just behind him. So the Chargers have a man in scoring position here. And that's going to be outside. And that's going to hit the Charger batter. But mind you, these aren't far off the plate. There's just no attempt being made to remove their body from the location of the ball. Two men on. That creates a force anywhere for the Bulldogs, so actually a beneficial base runner. And that's over the inside corner. Turns on a ground ball to third. Good job knocking it down. Can't make a play anywhere. Base is loaded now for the Chargers. So we have the bases loaded, nobody out for the Chargers. Number 24, the first baseman at bat. And that hits him. First pitch. High number of batters being hit here. Clearly nothing intentional about it. This pitcher has lost complete command at the moment. 6-2 score, bases loaded. And that one swung on, fly ball, shallow left field, caught for an out, tagged to home, hits the cutoff man, cannot hang on to it. Catcher falls, both runners advance to scoring position. Things aren't going well for the Bulldogs at the moment. They do retire the first out of the inning. Two more runs in for the Chargers. And there's going to be a pitching change, I do believe. A little meeting on the infield. Maybe he is going to remain the pitcher. I do believe he's going to let him work through it. That is some of the things you'll see in JV that you don't see in varsity. In varsity action, when you get in a jam, you generally get relieved. And in JV, they like to see how you work through certain situations. That's the only way to get experience, is to work through it. So I like the call by the coach. Got one out, then on second and third. 7-2 score. And the pitch is a strike up the middle, and he fields it from the side again. Second time that's happened to him tonight. He squares up on that and feels it centered on his body. Then he would have that. They call that an Olay off the side. And that's not any kind of friend to the pitcher. Another run in makes the score 8-2. One out, runners at the corners. And that's up and in. He's still in second, and that's a pop foul. First base territory, long run, not going to get there. Great effort. Hit and run was put on. Interesting call with the 8-2 lead. And that pitch is fouled back. 2 strikes on the hitter. Still in second, and that is strike 3. The out is all that matters at the moment. So the Bulldogs looking for one more out at number 35. And we'll get one more opportunity with the bats, as Chariho has gotten their much-needed insurance. And the pitch inside, off his hands. Soft lob to short, and that'll be the third out of the inning. And we're going to head to the bottom half of the 7th. Last chance for the Bulldogs. Going to have to come up with some magic. I do believe it would be the bottom 3 in the order due up for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs set to step in for the last time.
Two more, gentlemen. Two more.
Bulldogs trailing by a score of 8-2. Chargers finishing up their final warm-ups here. It's been a beautiful afternoon. It's easy for me to stay up in the booth. Pretty steady wind gusts on the field. Number 3 will step in for the Bulldogs. Varsity Bulldog baseball team will be traveling to Prout tomorrow for action, and then back home on Thursday, where we will be there live and bring it to you. First pitch of the bottom of the inning, up and in, swing and a miss, strike 1. And the inner half, swing and a miss, strike 2. And the 0-2 offering is way outside, 1-2. And that pitch off the outside corner, fouled back, stays alive. 1-2 count here. Bulldog leadoff hitter in the bottom of the last inning.
Thank you.
Last inning pending the Bulldogs don't put in a 6th spot here. And that's low and away, 2-2. And the pitch, and that good job going the other way with it. Unfortunately, right at somebody. Hit it hard. It was outside pitch. Went the way he was supposed to. Those are the breaks sometimes, unfortunately. Right at somebody. 1 out for the Bulldogs. Number 8 steps in. Reddy hopes to jumpstart something here with 1. And the offering outside. Ball 1. And the offering is outside, ball 2. And that's over the plate, and that he got under it to right center field. Second baseman drifting back and then makes a diving catch coming forward. Don't be fooled, folks. Those are very difficult and tricky, especially with wind down on the field. Nevertheless, it is secured for the second out of the inning. 1 out remaining in this one, folks. And at bat number 34, the pitcher of record for the Bulldogs, stands in with nobody on and 2 outs. And the pitch, he goes the other way, out of play, strike 1. A good idea with it there, too. These are the things the coaches are looking at even more so than just score. Outside pitches, are they going the other way with it? Fundamentals, are they fielding it off of their hip or between their toes and off their nose? It's the old adages that have been taught for decades and decades. Got underneath it, no room, 2 strikes, and then they make adjustments with that. Player develops and jumps up to the next level. And the kick. The pitch. Breaking ball. Nice breaking ball. Goes the other way with it. Slow roll it on to first. And that's going to do it, folks. Final score, Chariho Chargers 8, Westerly Bulldogs 2. A great game, great sportsmanship. And we will be back with Bulldog Baseball on Thursday right here for some varsity baseball action. We will be back tomorrow for some softball action right across the complex. We are Westerly.live, your source for all Westerly sports all the time. Thank you for tuning in.
Well,